Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video. We have a really popular, fun comic coming to Veve that has huge, impacts on, like the movies and pop culture moving forward. If you ask me, and I'm going to break this one down, it's Spider-Man 2099. Now, there is a little bit of information for you about the first appearance aspect of Spider-Man 2099 right here. I'm going to tell you there's another comic book too that is actually the actual first appearance. This is the first full appearance and of course his first comic. But I'm going to get into that, show you the real world values, give you my price predictions for the Veve app drop, and also, get into the article right here and show you another comic in Veve that I think this one is going to have similar sort of like, things that happen to it compared to another comic in the app. In my opinion, we'll see what happens, of course. But if you do like this video, make sure you hit like, and you got to comment down below. You got to let me know if you're going after this one. Did you see the second Spider-Verse movie with Miles Morales? I went and saw it just yesterday. It is amazing, you guys, and this comic is very, very timely. I got to tell you, I went and bought a couple copies of it on eBay even before Veve did their announcement, just because of what's coming in the future for sure. So let's get into this, you guys. Here is the comic right here, Spider-Man 2099, #1. And this one's coming out. This one was actually dropped in the 1990s. It has a nice, like, kind of shiny, kind of like, cover on it, a chrome sort of like cover on it in the real world, which is really cool. But you can see all the variations right there. It drops on Tuesday. So if you're watching this video on Sunday, you have lots of time to think about it and prepare and look into it, right? But let's get into the article just first of all. Okay, we'll check it out right here. Here it is. We got it. It's a super limited drop, so you can see all the different covers right here. Let me just show you. There's the uncommon. These rares and ultra rares look amazing. I'm definitely going to be picking up these for sure. If I can land that secret rare, I'm going to be super excited because that is a gorgeous secret rare. It is a 10,000 edition run right there at $6.99. So that is good. So this is the kind of thing I'm hoping that they stick with the $6.99 price unless it's an actual like big time grail. For example, the Punisher comic was $20. I thought it shouldn't have been that, and this helps a lot because it's only $6.99. So this one, in my opinion, will sell out for sure. I mean, people are going to want to go for this, right? $250 on that secret rare, for sure. You can actually get 10 of them in the store, so people are going to stack up multiple. And it's the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Now, the only thing about that, it's not technically actually his first appearance. There is another comic that actually has his very first appearance, but this is the one that Marvel considers the first big full appearance. The other comic I'll show you right here is actually Amazing Spider-Man 365. Okay, and that's this one right here. I'll talk about that one in just a minute, but this comic is still like considered his first full appearance, and it's fantastic, right? So let's go over to Go Collect. Let's look at the value of this one. Then I'll show you the comic in the Veve app that I think that this one could have similar results as, not similar price, but similar results. Now, this one right here, you can see a 9.8. Tons of them are graded a 9.8 because it was printed a lot. Very famous and very popular comic. Only 150 fair market value, but the price has been going up because of the Spider-Verse movie. And I picked up a raw copy of this comic actually on eBay for quite cheap. I picked up a couple. And if you stay tuned to the channel, members, I'm going to be giving one of those away at some point in the future. So make sure you join the channel as a member and get into my comic book rewards because I will be giving one of these away to my members in my Discord at some point in the future. But check it out right here. You can see a 9.8. You can pick it up for a good price. So if you want to get into the physical copy, now's a great time as well. We already knew about this movie coming out, but if you've actually seen it, it's amazing, right? It's incredible. It is so fantastic. I will be doing, by the way, another video coming up about Miles and Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider-Gwen, how important they're going to be because it's going to be crazy. If you go over to eBay and you just check these comics out, you can see that this one is a raw copy with the foil cover. 26 to 20, about 20 something dollars US plus shipping around. It gets to about 40 or so if you factor in shipping. And that's not bad for a raw copy. And this is the kind of thing, you pick this stuff up early. You pick this stuff up before everyone else has. People have already been buying these. There's a lot of copies, but it's very popular. And then if you want that Amazing Spider-Man 365 over there, you can pick that one up to get his first, like, sort of appearance. It's like his first appearance, but not first full. You can see that one's actually worth just a bit more. You can see it's $220 for the 9.8 on that one, because this one is considered to be his actual first appearance, whereas this one right here is considered to be first full appearance. So I hope that helps clarify some stuff for you guys with that one right there. But anyway, like I said, you can go and pick both of them up. You can get a good one right here. It's a beautiful one to add to your collection. And in the Veve app, for sure, you're definitely going to want to snag one of these. I'm going to go for a low mint 3-digit common on that if I don't land a secret rare. I'll definitely look to pick up some uncommons for sure. This is what my plan is always. I always have been. Pick up that rare right there if it's nice and cheap. Pick up that beautiful ultra rare right there, and hopefully try to land the secret rare. We'll see where it all ends up for sure. Now, one comic I'm going to compare this to in the Veve app, and I'm not going to say it's going to be the same price, but I'm going to compare this to one in the Veve app in regards to what it could do. If you look at real world value on some of these comic books, and then you look at the value they are in the Veve app compared to other big grails, sometimes it doesn't always match up. Sometimes the comic is just more popular because people love it. And I'm looking at Amazing Spider-Man 300 right now with Venom. This comic is super popular in the real world, obviously worth more than Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099 won't be worth as much as this comic, but if you look at this comic right here in Veve, this is what I'm trying to get at. 30 gems on the common, and this is a 10,000 limited run as well. And this comic is actually worth more than a lot of other comics in Veve. They're actually worth a lot more in the real world. So this is what I'm saying. This comic is so popular, people love it, and it's a sign of the people who are in the Veve app. I think that the Spider-Man 29 could have this effect. It could have higher value than you think, just because it's so popular in the real world, and it's really popular right now as a character. So think about that. It may not happen. Maybe it goes completely crashing under retail. I don't know about that for sure. I think it's going to do just fine. I do think at the $6.99 price, that's going to be great. I do think people are going to want to pick it up. I do think, though, you will have a chance to get this under retail on the common and the uncommon for sure. The rare and the ultra rare, I think, will rise up above over retail, definitely 100%. And I think that secret rare is going to be somewhere, around the 100 range, and it could be even a bit higher depending on how people do. But you might be able to sneak in there at the 80 gem range, just depending on how people feel about it, because they do look at real world value. But if you look at this comic right here, this comic has well exceeded the value of it. If you compare it to other comics in Veve, this one is above a lot of comics that are worth way more than this one in the real world. So it is definitely a popularity thing too, and a beautiful cover thing, right? So that's sort of where I'm going at it, you guys. You guys now let me know what you think about this. And by the way, like I said, that Spider-Verse movie, I was in that theater, and there's tons of kids in there, and they're going crazy for all of these new Spider-Man characters. Miles, Gwen, Spider-Man 2099. I mean, they're going nuts for all these characters. Spider-Punk. I mean, if you want to get into physical collecting, go look at some of those comics in the real world. Key ones that you could pick up. They're good prices right now. And on Veve, if they come, make sure you snag a few. Just my opinion. You guys let me know yours now. I'll see you in the next video. Good luck on the drop, and happy collecting.